Today we're hanging out with our third candidate from the new Canon PowerShot lineup. This is the Canon PowerShot Elph 500 HS. HS meaning high sensitivity, and yes, this camera receives one of Canon's high sensitivity CMOS sensors. It is a 12.1 megapixel 1/2.3 inch sensor that specializes in low light. The PowerShot Elph 500 HS also receives 1080p HD video at 24 frames per second. This camera has the new toy camera and monochrome image filter settings. But perhaps the most important feature for us is this camera's f2.0 aperture, making it even more conducive for low light shooting. Of course, Canon tacked on the new movie digest mode, and we get super slow motion video. Also, this camera's auto mode has been enhanced to recognize up to 32 predefined scenes compared to last year's 22 predefined scenes. And when we say last year's, we compare this camera to the SD3500 IS, which was the company's first touchscreen model. And yes, that is another thing that this camera specializes in, touchscreen action. Design-wise, this camera is actually styled after the SD3500 IS. They look almost identical, but we have the same kind of architecture as far as external controls as the SD3500 IS. We get a 4.4x optical zoom with shutter button zoom toggle, and this camera has a 24mm wide angle lens, which is great for shooting close-ups and framing a lot more into your shots. But obviously the main event is image and video quality, and we're here to tell you that this camera, because of its HS sensor, gave us a boost in low light. We actually get a higher ISO ceiling. We get 3200 compared to last year's 1600. And this camera also has handheld night scene. It has low light mode. So when it came to low light shooting, the Elph 500 HS was a lot more sensitive than last year's SD3500 IS. In bright light, both cameras were about neck and neck, and we recommend shooting in program auto at lower ISOs, because if you shoot in auto mode, it's going to boost the noise. 1080p video quality is about equivalent to the 720p video quality we had on the SD3500 IS. We just get a larger resolution. Also, low light sensitivity in HD is really not that great, and motion takes a little bit of a hit because of the 24 frames per second, but you can shoot at 720p 30 frames per second. Now, a lot of shooters are going to use auto mode on the Elph 500 HS, and we're here to tell you that this is one of the best auto modes you can shoot with on a camera in this price range. The camera recognizes scenes very well, and it just takes 1 second to tap on the screen and track focus any subject. Also, we like the touchscreen in playback, which let us swipe to the side and tap to zoom. It's a 3.2 inch capacitive touchscreen with a 461,000 pixel display. Decent screen, could use a little extra refinement though when it comes to touch sensitivity, and we'd like to see pinch to zoom technology migrated into the touchscreen as well. For the more advanced shooters, Canon actually added TV and AV, shutter and aperture priority modes on this camera, so you could actually shoot longer exposures of up to 15 seconds with shutter speed, and you could adjust the aperture from f2.0 to f8.0. But for some reason, Canon capped the ISO at 100 when you're shooting at anything past 1 second. And that's definitely to keep the noise down. However, you know, when we bring the shutter speed down to something like 4 or 6 seconds and maybe want to do an ISO of 400 just to get a little more sensitivity, we can't do that with this camera, and we felt a little bit limited by that. Video files are MOV files, and keep in mind they're going to take up a significant amount of space. To be safe, we used a SanDisk Extreme Pro, and this thing handled it very nicely. We could also record to SD, SDHC, and SDXC cards. One other thing is we could have used a little bit more battery life, so frequent charges are going to be common with this camera. Overall, the Canon PowerShot Elph 500 HS is a quality point-and-shoot camera. If you're looking for a touchscreen, this is a great alternative to a Sony. For the full review, including image samples and video samples, be sure to go to www.infosyncworld.com. Until next time, I'm Mike Perlman.